gotta say a word, keep giving me what I'm looking for. I just gotta tell everybody.
Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Jazz James. I'm a firefighter with Little Rock Fire Department. I hope y'all watch and enjoy the podcast. I had a good time, and I hope y'all see that. Thanks. Bye.
I just gotta tell everybody. I don't wanna keep it on the low. Goddamn, I love her. I love her. Goddamn, I love her.
Hey, I'm Lowe. I hope you all watch the podcast and like it. Unraveling MRC. Enjoy it. Hope you get some good information from what we talked about tonight. Y'all have a good night.
I just gotta tell everybody. I don't wanna keep it on the low. Goddamn, I love her. I love her. Goddamn, I love her. I love her.
Hey, you guys. My name is Brittany Arnold. I'm your host. We also have today here with us Miss
Fire Marshal Vanessa Lowe from Little Rock Fire Marshal's office.
Okay, and we also have
Firefighter Jazz James with Little Rock Fire Department.
And today I'm so excited to have these two come out and support the podcast. We have a lot of questions. I'm not going to say we. I have a lot of questions that I have for both Jazz and Miss Vanessa. We're going to talk about a lot of things like somebody, I'm not going to say who, was on 60 Days In. I don't know. I'm not going to spill the beans on who it was, but somebody was, you know. And I have so many questions about that show. Also, back in the day when I was bad, I'm just going to say bad. Somebody also was the deputy that booked me in and was over the community service and everything. I'm not going to say which one it is, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to also just, at this point, like dive right in. Which one of you guys want to like say how old you are, who you are, all of that? Which one to go first?
All right, I can start.
Go ahead.
Again, my name is Jazz James. I'm a firefighter for Little Rock Fire Department. I'm stationed out in Southwest. Born in Benton, Arkansas, but raised here in Little Rock. And I'm 26.
26. That's young. That's young. And you are a firefighter. You said you've been one for how long?
3 years in March.
That's what's up. So you started being a firefighter, 24.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, do you have any kids?
No.
Okay. That's what's up. Yeah. That's good. Okay, V, what's up?
Okay, my name is Vanessa Lowe. I am from Little Rock. I was born in Pine Bluff, but I'm from Southwest Little Rock. I am 37 years old. I do not have any children either. I've been with the fire department, I believe, 8 years now. Prior to that, I worked with Pulaski County for 8 years.
So you was the deputy that I was talking about?
Might be the deputy that you're referring to.
It's cool. It's cool. So let's dive in. Let's talk about some things. How did you start your career?
Well, we all start out as recruit firefighters. So you do go through the process of applying for the job, doing the written test, and then you have to do a physical test, and then you have an interview. After the interview, you're ranked, and then that's when they decide if you're going to be in the next recruit class. So then you do 6 months of the class, which includes firefighting activities and EMT, which is
strenuous.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like you go to school all over again. So
yes,
for some people, you've been out of school for years.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was like, because of Vanessa, she was like, you finish college. You don't quit college to become a firefighter. You finish school.
Yes.
So I finished college.
Wait a minute. Did Vanessa recruit you?
Not necessarily recruiting me. She was just somebody I knew on the job. And her, alongside another female on the job, inspired me to want to be a firefighter.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah, so they told me, you don't quit college to be no firefighter. You had that degree behind you.
So what degree did you obtain?
Health education.
Okay.
So I could have been like a health coach at a school and pursued being a coach for volleyball, because that's what I played growing up.
Oh, I used to love playing volleyball.
So yeah, that
I was just the
thing.
shortest one out there though.
Hey,
so.
you need the height and the short ones, okay?
Yeah, because we could get under the ball.
Yeah, and that's what we need you to do.
Interesting. You said that you guys had to train Vanessa for the position to become a firefighter. So you didn't go through the police academy, did you?
No, I did not do the police academy first. I went through the fire academy first and became a firefighter.
Okay.
After 5 years of being on the job, I became a fire marshal. But in those 5 years, of course, you do the 6 months of training in the academy class.
So,
and like I said, that includes EMT training as well.
So with the 6 months of training, I know you guys, and I'm sure you can answer this too. I know, like with the police academy, you have to get pepper spray. Do y'all have to go through all that? Or?
No.
Technically, we don't have to. I volunteered to be pepper sprayed and tased.
No, that was when she did the fire marshal route, not the firefighter route.
Okay, hold on. We can't.
Different things.
Okay, but we can't speed past that. Hold on.
Okay.
So. First of all, you said you volunteered to be pepper sprayed.
Crazy.
I've probably been pepper sprayed over 100 times prior to going to the police academy. So it was nothing to me. I've already been tased before, but still dealing with, at the time.
I'm sorry. Okay.
At the time, I was probably one of the older people in the class, and I'm not fighting for my job at this point. Mm-hmm. This is just an extra certification for me.
So you having fun too.
So yeah, for the younger folks, I'm trying to show them it's not that bad, you know. So I mean, I volunteered. I didn't have to get pepper spray. I don't even carry a taser. As fire marshals, we don't even carry a taser. So I didn't have to do that. But I volunteered to do both. But I mean, after I did it, I went through the full course, and they was like, "What is wrong with you?"
Everything.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was telling them, "I'm good," and it was like, "You want to finish the scenario?" Yes. I want to finish. And they looked at me like, something is really wrong with you. So when I finished the scenario, I went and splashed some water on my eyes, and I came back and walked the next person through the whole course.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys seen that video, but it was a viral video where a guy was in the Army and he was getting pepper sprayed, and they was steady trying to tell him to like say whatever command that he needed to say. Have you guys saw that?
I think I've seen some of those. It's really not.
I can't see. I wear contacts and glasses. I cannot see, so I can't get pepper sprayed. I can't see twice. Like, no, that's not happening.
I always say it's mind over matter.
Okay, well,
you can get through because it's not gonna kill you. You're gonna get through.
Fair enough.
Well, so you over there like me, like, so you never been pepper sprayed or tasered either.
No, and that's not a requirement in fire. If it was a requirement in fire academy, I just have to,
Jazz,
go for it.
Jazz, but the way that you said that, no, it is not a requirement.
It's not a requirement. And fire marshal is something I'm not going to pursue because of that.
Oh my God. Okay,
but it's voluntary on our end. It's not required.
But I'm pride. Like I see everybody else doing it. Yeah. I'm gonna do it. Like I know I ain't saying it's peer pressure, but it's just like my pride.
I'm gonna do it every time. It's not that bad. It's a little seasoning. That's all.
Oh no. I mean, but. Like I said, and I told you I was going to bring it up. I remember her being a deputy. Like I said, I done been in her care plenty of times. And she was tough as a deputy. So I could see her being pepper sprayed because she didn't go. Like, she literally didn't. Okay, so for you being a firefighter, I know you said that in order to become a firefighter, you have to take certain courses or get certain certifications. Tell us about that.
Okay, so the required certifications are Firefighter 1 and 2, and that's just showing that you've studied the material, you've tested on the material physically and written, and you pass. So you get Firefighter 1, Firefighter 2. Then you get forestry, wildland, with our department. Every department is different. But you have to get Firefighter 1, 2, and forestry, wildland, and hazmat awareness and operations. That's just the basics of, so I am aware this is a hazardous material. I am aware that I can't deal with this. Let's call the hazmat people to get here. That's the basics.
So when dealing with, I guess like this type of, I don't know, I guess I'll say career. What are some hazmats that y'all work with? What or shouldn't work with?
Now they have made it very clear that there are some materials that as a woman they will not let me around.
A woman.
Because of reproduction.
Oh wow.
So if I ever wanted to have children, a specific chemical or hazard could harm me from and prevent me from having that. So that will be the only thing. And it's totally my choice. So they will, put me on game like, hey, this chemical has these things, because we have the materials, so we can see what it is, and we have the materials to determine what it is or what it could be. And based off of that information, it's like, hey, look, Jazz, this could harm you as a woman.
Right.
It's totally your decision, but as a woman, this could harm you. What do you want to do?
Okay.
So they're not going to like stop me because I'm a woman. But there are chemicals that can affect me.
Okay. I know, like, I have my CDL Class A, and sometimes you can get your hazmat with, to be a trucker. I guess, like, hazmats in certain careers are different because, like, for us, we can't haul, like, maybe batteries. If it's, like, an overload of batteries, same thing, like, it got some type of chemicals in there, we can't haul it unless we have a hazmat certificate or some type of paperwork on it. So you guys, I mean, that's not the hazard. That's not the hazmat that you guys are talking about, right?
No.
Okay. It's only material.
Basically, it's like if a truck driver truck does something wonky and they're like, hey, I have this back here, and they have the symbols all around the truck and everything. If the truck catches fire, scenario, it catches fire, they're going to call us because we have the necessary equipment that the other fire trucks wouldn't have to prevent the spill from going somewhere it shouldn't go. We'll, dam it, dike it, and divert it.
Okay. So, that makes more sense. So, spills, oil,
spill control,
stuff like that.
Yeah, it's typically, for me, I've dealt with, and I'm guilty but not guilty, for, if I need to get gas and it's too cold, I don't want to stand outside, so I just start and get in the car. Here lately, a lot of people have been doing that and not paying attention, and it'll keep going. And
what will
then the gas, gasoline, it'll keep filling up and then pouring out of your car. That's something we'll have to come in, not necessarily clean up, but control it, leave it, and then a company will come out and clean that up. Or the gas station will clean that part up.
Okay.
Yeah, but like just typical spills, and a lot of like false alarms, but concerns that are necessary.
Okay.
So yeah.
You don't have to say your exact location where you work, but explain to us what type of I don't know, like what does your department deal with? I know you said like bombs and stuff like that. So
yeah, so my our Little Rock Fire Department has specialty stations. It's not a lot, but there are a few. You have your water rescue ones, so they're closer to the river. If there's any suspicion or any concerns, we'll deal with that. Our bomb squad unit is located at our downtown station, but just like my station, that station too, they go all over the city. You have your nosy people who are like, this person just delivered something random to my neighbor's house, and it's like, okay, it could be a delivery or whatever.
Right.
And so, or some of our homeless people in the city, they'll have a bag and they'll leave it or whatever. So you have your people that call in a concern, and fortunately, all of mine have been false alarms. But it's like as soon as it comes in, it's like, you kind of pucker up, like, is this the one? Is this the day?
yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, it could just be a bag of trash or a package, but you have like the whole city responding. So and like I told you earlier, it's a method to the madness. So before I even get there, it's either a false alarm and they turn me, or it's already gone kaboom, and now I'm just here for the damming, diking, and diverting of the material.
Ooh, Lord,
so hopefully I'm somewhere staging where I'm like somewhere close to where I can get there quicker. But yeah, it's just like, man.
That's scary. That's scary.
It comes with the territory though. It's what I signed up for.
Yeah. So you said that, I think it was you two Jazz, you said this too, but whenever, the fire truck is coming and, they're in the traffic or whatever, or we're in the traffic, the civilians are in the traffic, what advice can you give civilians when you guys are coming and you want them to get out the way?
You can get out the way. The law say move to the right. Move to the right. Okay, please. Thank you. We would greatly appreciate that because we're already adrenaline rush because we got to get there. We got to help your people, our citizens. We got to get there. And we're already driving at a rate that we shouldn't be. That's not normal traffic speed. So move to the right. And if you see us or hear us, don't go through the light because you just want to beat us to get through the light. Just stop because, we got family too. We want to get back to our family too. Like you want to get to your job or your family or wherever you're going. We want to get to wherever we need to get safely to provide that solution, to protect our citizens, and to get back home safe. So again, move to the right.
Get out the way. Get out the way.
I'm going to tell you, if you're on South University and I'm driving, I'm in that left mirror, okay? And you got to move.
Bum, bum.
You got to move.
Okay, so let's talk about fire extinguishers and different types of fire extinguishers.
Okay. Well, we're going to talk about fire extinguishers. So, mainly we deal with fire extinguishers in businesses, daycares, stuff like that, apartment complexes. Most people don't really have them in their personal home, but if you do and you go through a service or a company, you have Little Rock services or companies around the city that will service those extinguishers for a fee. Now, we don't recommend anybody to you because we don't want to show favoritism. Okay. So you can Google any of the fire extinguishing companies, and they'll come out and service those extinguishers. You need to get them serviced once every 12 months, so once a year. You basically need to check that extinguisher every month to make sure that it's still in the green, your pin is not pulled, and your tab is still there. So you want to make sure it's still in service. Okay. Fire extinguishers that I have seen from the 70s and companies still hanging on the wall, those are paperweights. You need to get new extinguishers if you
What kind of extinguishers are those?
Paperweights. If the last time it was serviced was in the 70s.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Like it's nothing in there. Like
it's nothing. That's a paperweight.
Got you.
So you need to make sure every year you get that fire extinguisher service.
Are there different type of extinguishers for different type of fires?
Well, we do have different extinguishers. The most popular is going to be your ABC, and that's going to be most of your combustibles, paper, just any of your ordinary materials to use. Okay. And then you have your K extinguisher, which is in the kitchen. That is your big silver one. Mm-hmm. That's more for your kitchen fires.
Grease. I said oil.
Yeah.
So, yeah, grease. Okay, so grease.
So those are going to be your more common extinguishers that you're going to see.
Okay. You also said that the chimney is a very dangerous type of fire that you can have.
I can say this, that around the holiday time, I know that most people with chimneys and fireplaces like to light a fire for Christmas, Thanksgiving. I know we're past the holidays now, but the issue is that you still should get your chimneys cleaned every year. Have somebody come out and clean your chimneys because it's any materials, any trash or, anything that gets in those chimneys once you light it up, it's going to all burn. So that could cause a fire.
And it drops back down or what?
Well, all fire need is fuel.
Yeah.
All it need is whatever to feed off of it.
Right. So if an animal build a nest in there throughout the year and now you're lighting a fire, now you got more fuel because now you got wood or whatever they use to build a nest. So just making sure that you get your chimneys cleaned every year is very important. Making sure when you're cooking for the holidays, let's make sure our turkey fryers or deep fryers, we're not putting them under our carports. We're not putting them in our garage. We're not putting them near our cars. We're not putting them in the leaves. Make sure they're away from everything.
And you know what you're doing. Do your research.
Make sure you're not dropping a cold turkey.
A cold turkey.
A cold turkey.
What that mean? What happened?
Frozen turkey.
Yeah, frozen.
Some people will drop frozen turkeys straight in boiling.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, they do it.
They do it. And we...
Yeah. Okay. Now, that's super stupid. But
that's pretty much cooking 101, I think. But, just to avoid burning your house down for the holidays, let's just make sure that
It's really a lot to avoid.
we read the directions on these the devices that we use.
Okay.
Any of the cooking materials, anything we use, make sure you read it. Make sure it's away from your house. Make sure it's away from your car. Make sure it's away from just combustibles. Don't have a pile of leaves there. A couple of other things. I know it's that time where we do have leaves, and we're in the winter time, but we're not quite in the winter time for Arkansas. So we got people that you got leaves. You need to make sure you call in to get a burn permit. Make sure that you're able to burn on that day and that time before you actually burn. Because if it's a windy day, if you can't burn in the city for that day, you can possibly burn your house or your neighbor's house down. So you want to make sure you're cleared to burn leaves or any natural vegetation. You cannot burn any trash in the city of Little Rock. It has to be natural vegetation.
Yeah, no man-made products.
Yes.
Okay.
So no pallets, no wood, nothing like that. If you can cut it, if it grew outside, you can burn it. If it did not grow outside, you cannot burn it.
You guys should have came here 2 years ago. I called myself gonna let my kids. Why y'all laughing? I ain't even told y'all.
It was the way you clicked the P.
It does. Okay, so my kids wanted to make s'mores, and I was like, I told my homegirls, I'm like, y'all should come over, bring y'all kids. I bought s'mores. I bought everything that we need. I'm like, we can even put the hot dogs on the stick. So she was like, okay. I bought like this fake grass to make it look all pretty, and I put it in the backyard. And then I had a barrel.
Smart.
It was smart,
At
right?
least she had the barrel.
That's what I'm
People don't
saying.
do that.
But I didn't use the barrel because when I tried to use it, it wouldn't burn.
You had one job.
It would not burn. So I'm like, this not working. So I took a lot of the stuff that we had in the barrel, which was trash. And in one of the bags had a can, like a hairspray can in there.
Oh, that's all it needs.
And so I just told my son, I said, put everything in a pile, and then we just gonna put it there, and it should burn now. And it started burning, but baby, that can blew everything up. It just was a big, like, explosion. And so we running and got the fire, like, just, it's like it was like a gun of fire. It's just everybody getting fire on them. I forgot my kids was out there. I took off running from my kids.
Not everybody for itself.
Yeah,
Everybody
really
for
was,
themselves.
because I was scared. I'm like, oh my God. Then I had to think about, like, oh my God, my baby. She had, like, burn marks on her. Really, everybody had burn marks. It was bad, but I was like, dang, that happened so fast. And I wasn't thinking. I'm just like,
So we're going to go on Amazon after this, and we're going to get a s'mores machine thing.
Yeah, I bought one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
I got it from Walmart.
So
Yeah,
remember,
there you have it.
from this day on, holiday or not, you have to call in, get a burn permit.
Yes.
You have to call in for a dispatch to make sure that you can burn for that day. And then the fire has to be out before nightfall that same day. And you have to have a water source nearby. So you need a water hose nearby. And it can only be natural vegetation. Cannot be trash. Cannot be pallets. Cannot be aerosol cans. Can't just be random stuff. It has to be natural vegetation. And you have to have approval to burn that day.
Okay, we good.
Okay, so you need to make sure your fire extinguishers are serviced every month. So it's 12 slots on the back of your card, on your service card. It shows a month and maybe a date. You can put a month and a date where you should check it every month to make sure that it's still in the green. You still have your silver pin and you still have the plastic tag on it. That means it has not been used, so that means it's still good for the time being. If
Okay.
any of those are missing, then you need to call the company to get it serviced again. A good rule of thumb is to make sure you keep track of checking your fire extinguishers to make sure they're in good service every month is checking your smoke detectors and your exit signs if you have a business. So if you go and push those buttons, the test buttons on your exit signs or emergency lights every month, at the same time, go check your fire extinguisher. So you can write down the time and day. You testing your smoke detectors to make sure your batteries are still good. If you hear the beep, you need to change it. If you see the red light, you need to change it. For most of the time, for smoke detectors, we try to keep track of it by the time of the year change. So when you push the time forward or back, that's when you need to change the batteries in your smoke detectors.
Okay.
But for the most part, you can check everything once a month to make sure it's all still working properly. And you can keep track by writing a time and a date on the back of that fire extinguisher card.
I was told that there's different type of extinguishers.
The most popular is going to be your ABC, and that's going to be most of your combustibles, paper, just any of your ordinary materials to use.
Okay.
And then you have your K extinguisher, which is in the kitchen. That is your big silver one. Mm-hmm. That's more for your kitchen fires.
Grease. I said oil.
Yeah.
So, yeah, grease. Okay, so grease.
So those
fires.
are going to be your more common extinguishers that you're going to see.
Okay. You also said that the chimney is a very dangerous type of fire that you can have.
I can say this, that around the holiday time, I know that most people with chimneys and fireplaces like to light a fire for Christmas, Thanksgiving. I know we're past the holidays now, but the issue is that you still should get your chimneys cleaned every year. Have somebody come out and clean your chimneys because it's any materials, any trash or, anything that gets in those chimneys once you light it up, it's going to all burn. So that could cause a fire.
And it drops back down or what?
Well, all fire need is fuel.
Yeah.
All it need is whatever to feed off of it.
Right. So if an animal build a nest in there throughout the year and now you're lighting a fire, now you got more fuel because now you got wood or whatever they use to build a nest. So just making sure that you get your chimneys cleaned every year is very important. Making sure when you're cooking for the holidays, let's make sure our turkey fryers or deep fryers, we're not putting them under our carports. We're not putting them in our garage. We're not putting them near our cars. We're not putting them in the leaves. Make sure they're away from everything.
And you know what you're doing. Do your research.
Make sure you're not dropping a cold turkey.
A cold turkey.
What
that mean? What happened?
Frozen turkey.
Yeah, frozen.
Some people will drop frozen turkeys straight in boiling.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, they do it.
They do it. And we.
What would?
Yeah.
Okay. That is super stupid. But
That's pretty much cooking 101, I think. But just to avoid burning your house down for the holidays, let's just make sure that
It's really a lot to avoid.
we read the directions on these the devices that we use.
Okay.
Any of the cooking materials, anything we use, make sure you read it. Make sure it's away from your house. Make sure it's away from your car. Make sure it's away from just combustibles. Don't have a pile of leaves there. A couple of other things. I know it's that time where we do have leaves, and we're in the winter time, but we're not quite in the winter time for Arkansas. So we got people you got leaves. You need to make sure you call in to get a burn permit. Make sure that you're able to burn on that day and that time before you actually burn. Because if it's a windy day, if you can't burn in the city for that day, you can possibly burn your house or your neighbor's house down. So you want to make sure you're cleared to burn leaves or any natural vegetation. You cannot burn any trash in the city of Little Rock. It has to be natural vegetation.
Yeah, no man-made products.
Yes.
Okay.
So no pallets, no wood, nothing like that. If you can cut it, if it grew outside, you can burn it. If it did not grow outside, you cannot burn it.
You got
Get a s'mores machine thing.
I bought one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
I got it from Walmart.
So
Yeah,
remember,
there you have it.
from this day on, holiday or not, you have to call in, get a burn permit.
Yes.
You have to call in for a dispatch to make sure that you can burn for that day. And then the fire has to be out before nightfall that same day. And you have to have a water source nearby. So you need a water hose nearby. And it can only be natural vegetation. Cannot be trash. Cannot be pallets. Cannot be aerosol cans. Can't just be random stuff. It has to be natural vegetation. And you have to have approval to burn that day. So a fire marshal is basically, I'm police and fire certified. So meaning I can make arrests on fire-related crimes. I don't do traffic stops. I don't do the typical police work. I mean, if I, drive up on a accident or something, I can stop and give information and, pretty much act as a firefighter. I give medical, I carry a medical bag in my car, but I pretty much respond to emergency situations. So yeah, if it is a bomb threat, if it is a school shooting or active shooter, that is stuff I respond to as a police officer. I don't respond as a firefighter. Firefighter, yeah.
Firefighter. Okay.
Yeah, because with that training, I do carry a gun. I have a badge. Still do all the same work. I do caseworks. We're basically looked at as the detectives of the fire department.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. I investigate arsons, fire crimes, and then I do inspections on buildings such as like schools and hospitals. Some of the major, are infrastructures that we, that are in our city.
Okay. Jazz, you said that you're a firefighter and an EMT.
Yes.
So explain to us what that is, because you had to explain to me all the different types of EMRs, all that stuff. So.
Yeah, so for our local fire department, you have to have the firefighter qualifications and the medical qualification as a emergency medical technician. That's it. You don't have to do anything more extravagant with it. It's just our department is a paid department, not a volunteer department, and those are just the necessary qualifications you have to meet to be a firefighter for Little Rock Fire Department.
Okay.
So we all have to do it. Like I say, once you apply and you go through all of the entry stuff to become a firefighter, you go to academy and you're in school for 6-7 months, and you're going hard on this thick fire book that's like almost like maybe 2,000 pages. And that's stuff you have to go over and test over. So you, like I said, you're back in school and probably ain't been in school in so long, you don't have no study, regimen or nothing, and you going right back into it, and it's your career, your livelihood on the line. So every Friday you're taking this test, and it's like, I'm not just doing this for me, I'm doing this for my family. For me, it was like, I'm doing this for me, and I ain't got nothing else behind me. So if I fail this test,
It's cool. Yeah.
like it wasn't even that. It was like, if I fail this test, that pride came. It was like I said, I know Vanessa and I know a few other people on the job. So it's like, I'm not only letting myself down, but I'm letting them down because I didn't take this serious and I didn't pass this test.
Right.
So with EMT, that's basically because I know a lot of people wonder why firefighters the fire truck is always there before police.
I always wondered. Like,
Yeah, correct me on this, get me right. Statistically, fire stations are geographically closer than the ambulance would.
Okay.
And our local ambulance, they're abbreviatedly called MEMS, so I'm going to say MEMS throughout this answer. When it comes in, accident with injury, we get there, and we're also there to stabilize, provide any medical attention, and have a safety barrier for you, because some people nosy, not paying attention, don't care. They could cause more of a wreck. So hopefully you see that big red truck with the lights and you move further away from where the incident is, and you'll maybe drive by seeing us doing something. But a lot of the time it's just geographically the fire trucks are closer and can get there in a reasonable time versus MEMS being wherever they are and having to commute a further distance.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the fire stations are dispersed throughout the city. MEMS actually respond to, I believe, Pulaski County. So that means not only Little Rock, they could be in North Little Rock, they could be in Sherwood, they could be anywhere. So your closest unit might be coming from Jacksonville.
Got it.
But we're already on scene because we're about, 4 minutes away.
Yeah, 4 or 5 minutes away.
Yeah, because y'all like on every, seem like every neighborhood.
Yeah, and we only get 2 minutes to get out.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So, because I see it on like TV and stuff, and I'm like,
Now,
dang,
that is real.
Is it?
That is real.
So you literally have to hurry up and get out there, put your shoes on, put your hat on, and out like.
You have to
be
be
in
ready to
deep
get
sleep,
out.
boy. Deep sleep.
You have to
Curled
jump
up
up out of the
real
bed
good.
and get ready. Go.
I can't
Go.
do that.
And my
That's definitely
station-
not the job for me.
My station has a pole, so sometimes I don't do it all the time.
You
but
gotta go down the
sometimes
pole.
I'll slide the pole. But
Okay, but
I
no.
just take them stairs.
Hold on, wait. So
Yeah,
okay,
I take the stairs.
I take a lot of the time I take them stairs because like sliding that pole, I get
And you
down
just
and I'm like,
woke up?
oh, my ankles.
Yeah,
Wait.
like, yeah. I'm going to take the stairs every
Or
time.
you get that burn where you,
Ooh.
and I'm like, you know what? That'll wake you up.
Yeah,
See,
I always sleep in the recliners downstairs. I'm not getting on the pole.
I'm not waking up like that. First of all, I'm gonna get fired.
You gonna wake up. That tone gonna wake
It's
you
gonna
up.
wake you up.
It's loud.
I'm gonna get fired
gonna wake you
because
up.
that's
And see, me, I'm using fire language. I'm at a multi-company station, so I have to wake up because I never know who it's for. It could be for my chief. It could be for me on the engine. It could be for our ladder truck, or it can be for our hazmat crew, or it could be for all of us. So I have to wake up to
But
listen.
how did you get used to that? I just couldn't.
I don't sleep comfortable at that station.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That it's like it's
But y'all
it's
got
not
little bunk
home.
beds or something.
Just the what are they?
Like twin size beds. Yeah.
And you longer than a twin size.
Indeed. Indeed.
You long.
And like it's just uncomfortable, and it's like
Yeah.
I want to be home. It stank.
Oh wow, I don't do smells either. Yeah, that'll be a hard transition for me, for real. I don't like being woke up out of my sleep. That's never gonna be good for me.
Yeah, and I mean, and
What?
then think about
Did you say something?
then think about like if you're driving. So like now I gotta wake up and I gotta get my bearings. I gotta listen to where they're telling me to go, or like
What you mean? Listen, y'all don't get GPS?
we have that, but my captain is old school.
You
gonna
should know
listen-
your district.
Yeah, you're gonna listen to that address and you're gonna get me there.
Yeah.
What?
You
Yeah.
should know your district. Yeah.
So, and going back to the beginning of everything, so once you're in the academy, you get all the qualifications and you get out on company, once you get your assignment to what station you'll be at,
Yeah.
you're a rookie. You got a point to prove. So you have tests you got to do. You got to show me you know how to work this fire truck. You got to show me you know how to give me water. You got to tell me and show me you know where everything is. I don't care if it's a screwdriver on this fire truck. I need you to know where it is and how to get to it quickly. Also, I need you to know this district. I need you to know how to get me to and from.
everywhere in this district.
Yeah.
What?
So you got to know that. And like I said, my captain is really old school, really traditional. And he's like, hey, if they give you this 123 Sesame Street, I need you to give me the 123 Sesame Street from either our station or from somewhere else. Because sometimes it's like I'm on one incident and we clear from it. And then they, oh, okay, cool, y'all available. We need y'all to go to so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. And if you don't know how to get from where you are to there, that's a problem, especially with my captain.
Well,
So it's a lot of memory with our
It's a lot of
career.
training that comes with everyday training, moving around. But I mean, on the other hand, when they call me out for a fire after they already have been there, I can use my GPS.
okay. 'Cause
Vanessa
what?
did all of this.
Because I respond to everywhere in the city. If I'm on call,
Yeah.
I respond to everywhere in the city there's a fire. So I'm responsible for all fires for the 7 days I'm on call. Now, if I need help, I will call another fire marshal or my chief fire marshals. It depends on the incident who I will notify. If it's a fire death, I will have to notify the chief of the department, the fire marshal chief, and maybe the assistant chief. And then I'll have to call another fire marshal to assist because we need all of these eyes on it. Everybody needs to know. But I can get a call at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. It does not matter. And I'm leaving my house.
Yeah, she coming from home.
So I get dressed. I
I'm
get the
at least at the
address.
station.
And then I get in my truck and I drive to wherever they are. I don't normally drive lights and sirens because it's not an emergency anymore. If they're already on scene, that means that they've already worked it. So I'm there to investigate if they call me.
Well, I do know that firefighters are 24 on, 24 off?
24 on, 48 off.
Okay, 24 on, 48 off. So with that being said, Marshall, Miss Vanessa, is it the same for you? Or
No, I work Monday through Friday, 7 to 4 o'clock. If I'm on call, then I'm on call from 4 p.m. to 7 a.m. 7 days a week. And then like the weekends is just 24 hours. So, no, it's not bad. And I'm off on holidays and weekends. I'm not rubbing it out, I promise. But
Listen, I choose to work holidays being a single firefighter. I choose like, hey,
and that's
you got a family, I'll work that for you.
And as a fire marshal, every guy in the office with me has a family. So if they say, hey, I need somebody to work for me, I will. I don't mind working a few hours. I worked a few hours for somebody last night. I didn't get anything, didn't get one call, but from 7 to 11 o'clock last night, I was on the phone. I was on standby. So I don't mind working because I'm just on standby. So I can be at home and be on standby. But I really don't mind it. I really love it. Like, I think I've been interested in investigating fires like long before becoming a fire marshal that, you know, I knew I had to get in the door and I knew I had to start somewhere and I knew it was going to take some time. But this is my thing. I think I found my thing.
Well, that's what's up because, I mean, and it's a good career. So I know you're getting paid good. So I know it's a good thing. Before I keep going, I don't want to forget. I know you said that you were firefighter in EMT, but you also said that there's EMR, AMET, and paramedics. I always thought that EMT and paramedics was like the same thing.
No, how can I explain it? Everybody got their own thing. So EMT, I can do the basics. Advanced EMT, they can do almost the same thing as a paramedic.
Hold on. So basics, are you saying like maybe take the blood pressure?
Yeah, vitals, all of that. I don't draw blood.
Okay.
You don't administer. We don't administer medications.
Okay.
So we
That
do.
is just paramedics and maybe a little, depending on the medication, advanced EMT. The only thing I can administer would be your Narcan or inhaler.
Okay.
If you're having difficulty, but it's still things I have to do before I can do that. But paramedic, that's like the higher up.
Okay, like the RN of medicine.
Yeah, we can say that. Yeah.
Okay.
In the emergency medical rescue field.
Right. Okay, I got you. Have you guys dealt with death on a job, and how did it affect you? And do you guys want to give an experience when dealing with a death on the job?
I want to say that our department does a pretty good job at if something like that does occur, they get on it within like 24 hours. Most of the time, textbook is 72 hours where they sit you down and they just want to, brief you and see how you're doing. And if you are having difficulty with it, you get time off.
Okay.
And it doesn't affect, your vacation or sick time.
Gotcha.
But for me, I have experienced it, but I have a pretty good system, support system at home where I could like call family and say, hey, like this was a tough one, or I can call my chiefs or whoever I need to call. But it hadn't affected me. And I think for me, I knew what I was signing up for. I knew it came with the job. And I had, as easy as it is to say, I had to separate it, personal and work. Because I'm not gonna lie, like after it, it's kind of like, all right, y'all, we good? We need to talk. We gonna go get some ice cream. Okay, cool.
That means y'all just used to that because
It's not something you want to do
I know.
or see. It's not normal. I mean, like, look at us. Like, you wouldn't. It's not the normal thing. Like, y'all run into burning buildings. Y'all jack up cars and open doors. Y'all do CPR. So it's not ideal. But like I said, we signed up for it. We know what it comes. It can come. But our job does a really good job with getting to you right away. Like you can't leave that scene without getting a phone call from a chief saying, "Hey, we're gonna talk to y'all at this location at this time, or we want y'all to come to us right now." So yeah,
It's the same with me. Even though I'm not the first on scene to actually see it, I will be notified by communications, our dispatch system, that hey, you have a fire. There's possibly a fire death. So in my mind, I already know as I'm getting dressed, I need to go and call my chief. I need to call the chief of the department. I need to call a second fire marshal to assist me. So when I arrive on scene, I already know what I'm going to see, possibly. Now, I don't know how bad it's going to be, but I can already put it in my head. Oh, it's a fire death.
So do y'all gotta get the person out, or somebody else does that?
It depends.
it depends because sometimes that's like evidence.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a
Especially
lot of
like where their body is or where it's found. So
or how it is. Yeah. So sometimes even me coming on scene being an investigator, I will not touch the body. I will probably call crime scene
Gotcha.
or homicide from Little Rock PD to assist me because I want them to view the scene first to make sure I don't have any foul play.
Gotcha.
So if it's just fire related, and it's like no external, like they can't see anything else, then it's my scene. If we go in there and we see some gunshots or something prior to the fire, then that's a homicide. So that's going to be PD. Now, I probably still work with them on the fire side, but we work together. So that's when I can call my other people from another department, but I still have to notify all of my chain of command and all of my people to come out and assist or be with me. As far as fire deaths, yeah, when I was on company as a firefighter, I experienced a lot of deaths, but they was like more medical calls. But I had 2 infant deaths that, were different from me. Yeah. So those were very difficult for me.
It was fire or
No, it was just a medical call for infants. So it was like performing CPR on maybe a 3-month-old baby. Like it was tough. And to be honest, I think those were harder than dealing with adult fire deaths to me. To me, it's like you can go through the process with adults because in your mind, it's like, okay, they live somewhat of a life.
right.
When you're dealing with a 3-month-old, it's different,
the innocence. Like,
Yeah. So it's like I would ride all the way to the hospital with the ambulance service and I would do CPR, rotate. I was with them. And she, like Jazz said, when you get back to the station, we will have a debrief where they're like, are you okay? Everything is okay. Do you want to talk about it? Do you need to go home? But as a fire marshal, I didn't think that happened. So I worked a fire death, and about the time I made it home, I was like, a number called and was like, hey, are you okay? And I'm like, hey, who is this? And he was like, we're just checking on you. We know you worked at fire death. And I was like, oh, I'm fine. But it's nice to know that no matter where I am
They got your back.
at the job, I'm like, they're going to call. They got my number. They can find me. They can check on me. So it's really nice because you never know what people are going home to.
Exactly.
Because like she said, she got a nice support system. You got some people that go home, they don't have anybody at home.
Exactly.
And they just take that all in and they just deal with it on their own, and it's not a good thing. So
yeah. I don't deal really great with death. I've never, and I always want to be a NICU nurse. But at the same time, I don't think I can. I know I can't deal with infant death, but even like adult death, I can't do it. Like I think about it, I dream about it for a long time before I can be like, okay, that image is out my head. So I know that.
My trick is I don't look at their face.
Okay.
Especially, I've only had two children, like PD things. No infants, no time soon. But just the children, and like she said, it was medical, seizure related, or just something else where the parents knew it could happen. And yeah, so that was that, and like she said, phone calls, because the fire department word travels fast. You have 24 hours on your hands at this station to talk. So word travels really fast, and people call, checking in on you, making sure you're good. If you need anything, if you want to talk, but yeah.
Okay. Well, let's lighten the mood up.
Come on,
wait a minute. Let's lighten the mood. So which one of y'all was on 60 Days? Ian.
Yeah, so we like to move with jail talk.
Yeah, it's fun. I think that's a fun topic.
Well, everybody know it was me.
Yeah. So
I was on 60 Days in.
Did you make it 60 days?
Technically, I didn't have to do 60 days. I only had to do 30.
So you would have made it 60 then.
So I made it 30 days.
I mean, if she can get pepper spray, she can make 60 days.
If the money was still coming in, I would have made it 60 days. I'm not going to lie to y'all.
So they pay you good.
It was nice. Now, I don't know what I can talk about as far as all of that.
That's why I didn't say nothing.
I think all of my paperwork and everything is expired, but at the same time, yes, they paid me well. I only had to do 30 days. Of course, my chief only allowed me to be off for 30 days for it because he was like, I don't want you to go, Lowe. I don't want you to get hurt. And I'm like, no, I'm going to be okay. And I was okay. I mean, it wasn't what, of course, TV is going to give you a lot of the edited stuff that they
Yeah, because I wanted to know, is it scripted?
No, it's not scripted, but they can make it look like what they want it to look like. And I learned that because, to be honest, to this day, I have not seen every episode of my season.
Well,
because I refuse to watch it.
What season were you on?
Season 6.
I'm going to watch it tonight.
You
watched it? I'm going to watch it tonight.
We filmed in 2019, like between September and October. And I came home after that. We did our reunion show in November in New York. And then it aired in January of 2020. But, COVID hit. So I think a lot of people watched because they didn't have nothing else to do. But I refused to watch it. After I saw how they tried to portray me, I was like...
How did they try to portray you?
Like, I was scared and all of it. And I'm like... I was like, they actually love me in there, though.
But were you scared?
No. I wasn't scared. I just wasn't eating the food. I did lose 20 pounds.
I'm sorry.
I did.
Because you the deputy who has done my paperwork for me to go to jail.
No, I didn't do your paperwork.
Well, you was up there at the thing where they answer the phones. What they do? What was you doing then? Look, I was up there beating on the window. I get a phone call?
No, that wasn't my job. That wasn't my job.
But you literally was at the community where we do community service.
I did community service for 4 years, and then I went to court liaison for the last 4 years that I was there.
Yeah. So, but with that being said, we look at y'all the same. Like
I get you.
We look at y'all the same because when we go to community service, you gotta sign us in. You gotta tell us what to do. And I'll never forget that time you had me pushing lawnmowers out there. Like,
girl, I'm on grass. It's okay.
I don't care.
Okay.
I didn't back then. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like,
I use X marks. I can use any lawn equipment. Like,
that was embarrassing.
I'm
for
not
me, though.
I don't do garden work. Like, I don't pull flowers and weed. That's not my thing. I'm not doing none of that. I mow grass, but that's all I got for you.
But what was embarrassing about it for me is that we wasn't really mowing grass. I think it was just a control thing. I don't know. That's how I felt because we was in a circle and it was like maybe 30 of us just pushing, taking turns pushing in this one little circle like ants. And I'm like, I'm not doing that.
They wanted y'all to have something to do. It wasn't us. They wanted y'all to have something to do, and they wanted to justify us being there. So it was like
the shit.
But it was like everybody had to have a job, even me.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's what it was. But to be honest, it's just like, I'm not gonna lie, working at the jail, it did show me some things because when I was inside that other jail, and they was like, oh, the inmates don't cook the food. Yes, they do. Because they did over there. Y'all lying.
Hold on, wait. They don't cook what food? Because they make, what's those things called? Amanda, what they call
the food?
The spreads.
But I'm talking about the actual trays and stuff.
Oh yeah, in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cook.
I know that,
And you didn't want it.
but they tried to tell us that like, no, they don't cook it. Okay, that's why I lost 20 pounds. Because I know they do.
Okay, so wait.
I drank plenty of water in there.
Oh,
That's how I
that
survive.
water. I'm gonna tell you this: jail water is really good. Like it's
That's
cold.
That's how I made it.
Yeah. So, okay, let's get back on topic because I was really messing with you. I was messing with you because I'm like, how you can't be in jail, but you was over people in jail.
Oh,
So,
I did. But I was getting paid. So
that's a big difference.
That's a big difference.
Clock that T. Okay.
They actually found me on Instagram. I didn't volunteer for this. I didn't go looking for this.
I really don't like how you said that, but I'm gonna roll with it. She said, but I was getting paid for it. Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna let you have that one. But so when you was in there, give us your experience. Like, I know you said you didn't eat and all of this, but what other things did you experience?
To be honest, I don't know what it is about me. I don't care where I go, what state I go to, what city I go to. People like to just tell me stuff. Mm-hmm. And my biggest issue was people was telling me way too much personal stuff. And I was like, I couldn't just be like, be quiet. This camera's watching us, guys. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, let's just not talk about that. Like, if you committed other crimes, don't tell me, you know?
Yeah.
But for some reason, they be like, I can just talk to you. Like, no. I'm not the one.
Don't do that.
So I guess like I'm so confused because how did they even put cameras in the cells? You know, like how does that happen?
Well, they made it seem like it was a documentary and they was like filming what the new sheriff or something was going to do for the jail.
Okay.
So for them, they didn't believe that the cameras were recording because in their eyes, the lights were red, so it wasn't filming. And they couldn't have cameras in the cell, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but any cell that we were in, they had them in, and they were rolling. And people was, like, talking to me. Like,
you are.
Like, telling me everything. And I was like, please stop talking to me. You know, I almost tapped out because one woman wouldn't stop talking to me.
Okay, so if you're sitting in this cell and she's talking to you, and not only that, like, let's go to, like, how y'all using a bathroom and things of that nature. Everything's being recorded?
Well,
like,
the camera was kind of, like, above it, so you were seeing more of the beds, not necessarily the toilet.
Okay, so she's talking to you, so it's picking up audio as well in there? Okay.
Yeah, and the thing is, I never knew what she was going to say because it was so random. You know, we'll be sitting there, both of us reading books, and she'll be like, I need to tell you something. I feel like, it's like in my brain, I want to screen her like, okay,
be quiet.
What is it about first? If it's, but she would just jump straight in. I killed a man. Like, okay, you know what?
You weren't scared to be in there with her?
No, she didn't scare me at all. But it was just like, it just bothered me that she just wanted to talk. And
was she older?
She was.
Did she seem mentally unstable?
No.
Okay. So I was going to say, sometimes if you saying stuff like that, maybe she was a little off.
Well, yeah, what they didn't show was I had over like 8 cellmates. So I had to like adjust to 8 different people telling me too much, doing this, doing that. It was so much. People detoxing, people high.
Really?
Specify that though. It was like 8 women.
Yeah, you just did. I never knew it. I'm like, why they keep putting them in here with me? Like, it's like I'm learning people over every time. I'm like, Lord.
So, you know, like on 60 Days and on some of the shows, you have some, I guess, like, what would I call you? Like a co-star? Like, what would I call you? Inmate?
Participants.
Participant, yeah, that's a good word. So, some of the participants would be basically like trying to get information out of them and trying to snitch on them to the warden and trying to, you know, figure out where the drugs are at. So, you didn't come in there on that type of mission.
Well, I came in, I got that information, but they didn't want to use it because I wasn't causing trouble. But see, my issue was I got a career when I leave here. I'm not coming here for 30 minutes of fame. I want the money, of course, but I'm not going to come in here and ruin everything I work for at home because eventually I got to go home. So my mindset was, okay, I gave them plenty of information because people was willing to talk to me for nothing.
Yeah.
They called me Arkansas. They knew I was from Arkansas. They knew I wasn't from there.
Where did you guys film it?
In Alabama.
Alabama. Okay.
So they knew I wasn't from there, but everybody kind of welcomed me. And of course, I made more friends after the showers. For some reason, it's like, oh, you got tattoos. And now you got group
Now that's a
showers.
conversation.
Right. They want.
See, I'm trying to be professional because you know doggone well you was gonna make friends after a shower.
But it's like you go in there and take a shower. You got to be in the group shower. But it's like, yeah,
you know they your friend now. They
don't
like,
touch me. I ain't touching you. Leave me alone. But the tattoo started the conversation, so people started opening up more to me. But at the end of the day, I gave them all the information. It was just they didn't want it that way. They wanted drama.
Yeah.
And my thing was, I needed to come back to work and get my real money. Like, this is good. This is cool, but my regular money is what I need.
You knew if you would have gave it your all, you would have been there another 30 days.
No, it wouldn't have been no more 30. No, when they pulled everybody out is when I'm going home. But I just felt like it wasn't necessary for me to go in there and just be messy and not myself. Yeah, that's not me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I wasn't doing all of that for a little money.
I get that. When having a career like you guys have, how is it trying to maintain your real lifestyle and then trying to still be professional while maintaining a lifestyle? Like if you were to party or anything like that, like if you were to see somebody,
Work-life balance.
Yeah. But also like out while you partying, like if you see somebody that, you know, like that could say, oh, what? She was out drinking. Like, are you still going to be drinking? Are you still going to have a good time? Or it's like, no, I need to leave here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I learned. I'm gonna get a drink. I know my limit. So the thing is, it's no longer Jazz. It's no longer Vanessa. It's that firefighter.
Right.
That fire marshal.
Yep.
So, you know, like I think I told you this, I keep my head on a swivel. So like I have a life. Firefighter does not make me. That's my career.
Right.
I'm more mindful, and being younger, a little more on edge because it's more like they don't care about me like I care about me and my safety. So I just protect myself. Like I said, I know my limit because it's been plenty of times where I've worked something where it's like, oh, I didn't have a lot. And I'm like, well, I'm here now. I think you have a lot.
Exactly. It's you reached your limit.
Yeah, but I just don't allow a lot of my career to dictate my life.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I like that.
I leave work at work.
Yes.
And I leave when I go home, I'm not talking about none of that.
No.
And I don't deal with that. Like even on my social media, it might list all of my schooling all the way up to my doctorate. But it does not list where I actually work because that's not me. It's what I do for a living. And I do enjoy that, but it's not my identity. Like, I don't be like, I don't have to walk through the street like, I'm a firefighter. Like, you don't have to do that. If you have a life outside of that, like, I have friends. I want to do stuff. Yeah, we're going to drink. But like she said, it's like, okay, you got to just watch yourself. You got to pay attention. And yeah, your head is on the swivel because now everything is an emergency in your brain. Everything is like, okay, where the exercise? How can I get out of here 2 ways?
I'm so quick to say I'm on duty, but who choking?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably we'd be the first ones to come help you if something is actually going on. But in reality, like no, when I leave work at work. Now, if I have to work after work, the moment I'm done, I'm Vanessa again. I'm done. Yeah, and I'm going out. I'm going out tonight.
I know.
I like to dress up. I like that uniform is not appealing. Like it's just not for women. So when I'm out of that uniform, a lot of the times I really do. I want to put like leggings and a big t-shirt on. But when I'm going out, makeup, lashes, nails is done.
You turned up.
Yeah, I tell everybody.
So you be dancing?
I dance. But
Okay.
I
So you just tried to be real professional.
I dance.
I dance. Okay.
I dance.
Okay.
But yeah, like I tell everybody, listen, this career of mine, it can change and take a lot from me, but it won't take my nails, my lashes, my hair, or my eyebrows. Because I'm gonna come out that fire hot and sweaty, but still cute.
Well, I like that. I like that. I know that you guys don't want to just use the black term, quote unquote, but I still have to say it. I like that you guys are black. I like that you guys are women and y'all taking charge in this career field because it is a male dominant field. So congrats to y'all. I inspire to be like y'all. I never will be a firefighter, but somebody may
wake up at night.
No, I can't wake up like that. That's crazy work. Like now, if we woke up at like 3 p.m. and started.
No.
Well, see, I mean, at that time, like for us, our shift starts at 7 a.m. You need to be there the latest 6:45.
I can do that, but I can't get up at 2 and 3 in the morning. Just
But I'm saying our business time is 7 to 5. So in that time, we're training in the gym or something. Like we're busy. On top of our, our emergencies, we're doing something.
I thought y'all just be chilling.
Sometimes we chill,
You can, but I mean, I did my best workout. I was working out 3 times a day at the station.
I mean, when you that bored, yeah.
I lost like 80 pounds.
And so shoot, like sometimes you get cabin fever. Like, man, can we do something? Can we go somewhere? But then the second it come, you're like, dang, I spoke that up. Now we had a 3-hour fire.
Yeah.
Let me see what else I got for y'all. CPR. We didn't talk about that.
Let me make sure I say this right.
Okay.
I have to type it out because I don't want nobody to be like, she's wrong.
Okay. So we're gonna she's gonna pull up the CPR.
So CPR is, I'm gonna say this. Not every emergency that's medical is called for CPR or oxygen. Just because we're there and we're not doing anything does not mean that that person is dying and we're just letting it happen. Because sometimes if, like, say a person passes out, once we check their vitals and check a pulse and everything, if it's still there, it's still there. There's no need for us to do compressions. Their heart's still beating. There's no need for us to give them oxygen because their levels are at the correct percentage.
They just passed out.
Yeah, they just passed out. Or they knocked themselves out somehow. You know, it's CPR and oxygen is not always called for it. I want to get that out because a lot of people always say we're not doing our job or they can come and do it or whatever. Please be my guest. But it's not always called for it. You know, the first thing you need to do before you do CPR is check for responsiveness. So like, hey, can you hear me? Check their pulse. See if they have a pulse. If they don't have a pulse, then that's when you start the
How do they
compressions.
check the pulse?
So if someone is like falling out, you'll check the Lord, I couldn't get it out. I was going to say radio, but you'll check, carotid pulse, and if you feel it, they're good.
And so that's gonna be like in the neck area.
Yeah, in the neck area, you'll feel it. And never use your thumb to check a pulse because your thumb.
I don't feel mine.
Our thumbs have our own pulse.
Yeah, you're gonna feel your own pulse so you need to check probably these two
fingers. And come up some.
You can check.
Like right here.
I
You feel it?
Yeah. I can be a firefighter.
That's a start.
Yeah.
Now we just got to get you to wake up.
Okay, so
But always check a pulse. With babies, it's the brachial.
okay.
So it's like up in here somewhere on the baby. Like I can't find it on me, but
Yeah.
You just always check for a pulse. If you have a pulse, good. Then you want to make sure you have a patent airway, meaning their mouth, like their tongue isn't blocking, or there's nothing in their mouth blocking.
And if they
them from
tongue
breathing.
blocking it, what?
Then you might need to move it.
How?
You know.
Well, that's when we use other tools to bypass the tongue or go through the nose.
I thought. See, I'm stupid. I thought you were saying like take the tongue and pull it out.
No. What you can do is you'll lay them on there for safety on the left side, especially if it's a woman who could potentially be pregnant, you don't want to lay her on her right side because that could still affect her breathing. So
Okay.
for safety, just anybody move them to their left side, and that could also clear their airway because now they're to the side, and if something comes out, it's draining out
Gotcha.
versus them laying back and it's staying there.
Okay.
That's all. But if there's no pulse and you don't hear or see chest rising and breathing, just start compressions and have somebody call 911. Our dispatch is really good with talking you through compressions.
Okay, so I do know.
And keeping the heart moving and pumping is more important than the oxygen because at least I'm still getting that blood circulating through your body. Because when the medical people get there, we see you doing compressions. We already know we got to take over compressions, and there's a high chance we need to provide oxygen.
Okay, so I do know that doing adult chest compressions is different than a baby.
Yes.
So
for adult and peds, it's about the peds is kind of like a kid, toddler to what is it like something to sevens. I don't know. I can't.
yeah, don't ask me.
I can't get my numbers right, but I know like with certain children, we can still do adult like compressions. But yes, with infants, it's really more like palming them.
Oh, palming them. Okay,
You can palm them, and you could hit the back 5 times and then turn them and check it that way, or the thumbs, like a massage. Like it just really depends on the medical responder what they prefer. I know me, if I ever have an infant, I'm not comfortable with my thumbs because I don't know if I'm going to give them the right depth to push to make sure that their heart is pumping. So I'm going to palm them.
Gotcha.
And just go with my 2 fingers like I'm checking my pulse and pump their heart that way.
Okay.
So it's just a preference thing when it comes to infants because, again, there is a method to the madness and you want to help them live.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, hopefully nobody ever has to deal with that.
It'll come, I'm sure.
Don't say that.
I'm sure it'll come. I got 26 more years to do in this career. I am sure it's gonna come.
For who? You talking about for me, like a civilian?
Oh no, I know you're talking about me.
No,
okay.
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you.
No.
I mean,
I
you
hope
talking
not.
about me. I'm talking about, I don't even know what I'm talking about no more. I was saying not me having to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's the compression rate. It's 30 to 2. So you push the heart 30 times and you breathe for them twice, 6 seconds.
And that's another thing. So say for instance, you out and you don't have the mouth thing.
Oh, okay.
Y'all got to put y'all mouth on somebody's mouth that you don't
No,
know?
we
We're not
won't do
doing
that.
that.
We're going to have the equipment.
Yeah.
But
we
what if
have
you
the
didn't know?
equipment.
What if you
But
at the club and you don't got it?
Fortunately,
That's
we
when we
have
do
those
compressions
skills.
if we have to do compressions.
That's all you do.
I'm going to
Compressions.
tilt your head back. I'm going to try to get your airway, but I'm going to do compressions until we get medical there.
But you ain't that tapped in.
No, I'm not.
No. And that's really like
I'm just,
it's like a discretion thing too.
if you
'Cause
can
what
do
is
it.
Yeah, what is it called? The citizen.
Yeah, I'm going to do the compressions. I'm going to do the compressions.
Yeah.
That's that.
But the
that's
mouth
that
thing,
face
no.
right there that I'm talking about. You had. That's exactly how you used to look. Yeah, we get it. We know you for real. You ain't doing no mouth to mouth.
No. But they still like do that training because my mom at her job on her keychain, her badge, they have that little pouch to where like if you have to do compressions, you rip it open and you like place the thing over their mouth and
Right.
you breathe in there. Yeah. So because she's at a hospital, so
I couldn't do that either
They
because I
have
would just
that.
feel the lips. No.
no, I don't want to do that. No.
Well, so we want to talk about the charities. You said that you will remember like what charities the fire department is affiliated with, if any.
I'm going to start with F.L.A.M.E. and the Black Firefighters
Yeah,
Association.
I know. Yeah, I was gonna say growing up, I volunteered a lot because of my family, but I feel like I've done the most since being a firefighter because there's so many ways we give back to the community, and with being a part of the Black Firefighters Association, there's so many opportunities for us to give back to the community, and it does tug at my heart a little bit when they're like, "I didn't know women can be firefighters," or one little girl was like, I didn't know black girls could be firefighters. And I was like, baby, you can be whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
And like I tell them, it may take them 2 steps and it may take me 5 steps, but it get done.
Yeah.
And she was like, thank you.
Oh, that's
So
sweet.
that's nice. But then when you had the older generation, they let you drive.
Yeah.
They let you
Or
go
they
in
let you
there.
hang out with the firefighters.
Yeah, and I'm
dressed
like-
just like them driving the fire truck. And you
Yeah.
like, I drove here. Yeah, they did. I'm not hanging out. I'm getting paid
They
just
both
like they
will
are.
say that.
Oh,
People
yeah.
will say that to you.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, like it's
They let you hang
baffling.
out with
Yeah,
them.
like ain't nobody let me do nothing.
Hey, we
Because
get
I
paid
don't
what
want
they
to get paid. I just want to be hanging
Really, a
out.
little more sometimes.
I know it. I know it. That's what I'm saying.
But
I know y'all good.
People will do that, you know. They
Yes.
let you. That bothers me. Let.
And I know they may not mean any harm behind it, but it's kind of like, look, we are at a time in the world and where it's like sexism, racism, all of that still exists. And nobody's like trying to hide it anymore or whatever. But it's like, look, women, we can do
Oh
a
yeah.
lot.
Oh
Stop
yeah.
playing with us.
Oh definitely. I'm the same way. Like I'm always trying to. I mean, I know, like you said, you may take, or they may take 3 steps, or you may take 2, whatever you just said, but basically showing that they're a little stronger than you, or they may. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm always trying to show like, if you can do it, I can do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even if I can't do it, I'm gonna act like I can. You know what I'm saying? No,
I'm gonna get
Make
it
it till
done.
you
I'm gonna exactly. It's
I'm
gonna
gonna get it
happen.
done.
It's gonna happen. Yeah.
And it may be screwed in sideways. I don't care. It's in there. Like,
Yeah, I call every
yeah.
every tool in the toolbox a thingy. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know it off the top of my head, but what you say when you say it or whatever we're doing, and I can like imagine and pinpoint which tool we need. I got you, but don't tell me, hey, Jess, go get this so and so. The what?
Exactly. What do we do?
My dad did not let me play in the toolbox. Like that just was not for me.
My dad did.
That was his good stuff.
We
You don't
changed
touch
tires
that.
and everything
And
around
what
these
you said.
parts.
Sorry.
No, my dad was like, "You will not mess up my tools."
Well, it's cool though. You came out to be, a good
Yeah.
citizen. So that's good. I'm looking through everything, and I'm just trying to make sure we're not
Well, we got to do
forgetting.
the charities. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
So
Oh.
I rambled.
I was just gonna say, so the Black Firefighters Association this year, we did Feed the Homeless at Jericho's Way. We have a firefighter, Terrence Rogers. He's a licensed barber. He gave them free haircuts.
Okay.
We donated money to 3 different schools this year for kids that needed, I think, coats and, any supplies or stuff like that. So that's something we did.
We welcomed them in the school.
Yes.
too. That was
Oh,
cool.
I think I saw it on the news, right?
Yeah, we go to
think I
different
saw that.
schools and welcome the kids back and the teachers back. We just had the Black Santa event.
Yeah, the toy drive.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they said that was a success. I didn't make it to that event, but for those who did make it, it was a success and it was pretty good. So they said many adults and many kids had never seen a Black Santa, so that was great for them.
Okay. How do how do women or men who are struggling get into these programs where they're receiving help? Like you said, the Black Santa Claus, or you guys giving away toys or whatever. How do they get in contact with you guys to get the help?
I know our e-board, they do a good job with getting the word out. I know for the Jericho food drive, they get in contact with the people over that facility, and they pretty much do that. We just come in ready to go to work.
Got you.
With
Volunteer.
our toys, with our toy drive, they went on the radio. They went on Channel 7.
Okay.
And it's just something we do all the time.
Because
All the time, or once a year?
Every year.
Even our backpack drive, like back to school time, we give out supplies and backpacks. So it'll be advertised throughout the,
Gotcha.
right before it happens or months before it happens. But a lot of the actual locations, we work with them, so they know how to give people our information. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not something where an individual could just call us by themselves. Now, if you know somebody, that's one thing to reach out and then to find out, hey, can y'all help me? So we'll come together and figure out if we can help.
Excuse me.
But as far as organizations, they know how to reach out to us to request help for individuals.
Yeah, it's all on social media. And
I'm not sick, y'all.
Oh, it's okay.
I know what's going on.
Girl, we're good.
Yeah, We
It's the time of the year.
It is.
It's summer today
Ooh,
and winter
tonight.
tomorrow.
Jesus.
So
But
it's
yeah,
all
we
good.
all on social. The organizations are all on social media.
Okay.
Our president, that he has a good way of letting everybody know, like, you can call me or you can contact us through our social media, and whatever you need, we're gonna be there and we're gonna show up. And a lot of last minute stuff comes to us too. So it's kind of like, hey, we just thought about this. Do you think you can at least give us 2, 3, 4 firefighters or a fire truck, something
Right.
or whatever, and we make it happen because that's what we do.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
a lot of times when people will reach out to me personally, like, hey, can you and some other black women come out? I'm like, we don't just have the availability to do. We still work, guys.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
we are not like a hired clown service. We do work.
Look.
But you do have to give me enough time, and you got to, give me the information you need, because, yeah, I might not be able to get jazz, but I can get a black man. I can probably get an engine crew where you got some black people.
Yeah.
I mean, I can probably get you what you need, but you got to give me enough time. And you can't assume that just because we're black women on a job that we're always available for opportunities to come out and just do stuff. Like, we're not.
And we almost forgot, Vanessa, about the felons and ex-felons and what did you?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So after discussing that question with my chief, that was a good question. So I didn't know the answer to it.
Okay.
But he did say that if you had like some charges and they were expunged off your record, he encourages you to apply, because most of the time, sometimes they might not pick it up.
Okay.
But this the thing. Sometimes it's not even the felonies that get people. It's the driving record. You got to remember that we drive for a living.
Yes.
Okay.
So if your driving record is trash, that might be worse than the felony.
Got it. Got
He has
it.
not told a lie.
Yeah. So
That's
so that was something he put in my head, like, oh, you know what? That's a good way of looking at it. Like,
Yeah.
so you might be able to get that stuff off your record, but it's just applied to see if it is, because sometimes it, if it's something they have to ask about, they'll ask about. If it's something that's a major deal, they'll question it. If it's not, I suggest you apply to just take the chance.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but like I said, the hiring age, you can apply at 20 and a half years old, but you have to be 21 by the time you are hired. And then the cutoff age for our process is 35. So you have to be, in the actual class by 35, because the cutoff is 35. So 21 or 20 and a half to 35.
Okay.
But if you got some stuff expunged off your record, I will say apply.
That should
And
give a lot of people hope.
Yeah, just apply. If you between those age ranges. Now, again, understand that your traffic records could be a major deal. So just remember, if you got a good standing, you have a driver's license, that's a good start. But just apply. I would rather hear no than not even trying at all.
Exactly.
You never know.
Yeah.
Because I actually know a few guys on the job that have had those questions, and if, like she said, if they had never applied, they would have never
You
known.
would have never known. So you just never
I'm
know.
glad that you asked him that for me, because
Girl, you had me doing research there. I was like, oh, she
Yeah.
asking real questions.
yes, because a lot of people that watches this show or that follows me are ex-felons, or they are currently felons and approaching, I guess, like probation, rehabilitation, where they're getting ready to get off, or maybe they are off but haven't got the expungement yet, but they're working on it. And I always try to do shows where I can offer some type of support, some type of hope for them. And I felt like, some people don't want to be a police officer, especially if they've been to jail before. Like, that's not it. But firefighters and nurses and different things like that, they still want to do it. Even I want to do it. And I'm like, the board not going to hire me because of this or that. But so that gives me hope. Even with you saying it, still gives me hope.
And there are still opportunities firefighter-wise. There are volunteer departments through the city.
Okay.
So, it's not the same as, being at a paid firefighter department, but you're still doing it. and they can get you those qualifications to where you can be a paid volunteer firefighter.
Yes, and it'll probably be easier to start out as volunteering.
Yeah.
And sometimes, and even failing or not failing, like a lot of these people don't realize they don't want to do this until they actually try it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what, this is not for me.
You know, serious.
So it's real deal. I mean, it's hard work. We're not knocking it. I have promoted one time, so I'm working. I think in a couple of years I'll be eligible to promote and test for captain. But it's just a lot of work. It's a lot of testing. It's a lot of education.
It is.
And
you
it's
are in
just-
school your entire life, or at least for
You
28,
feel like
30
it.
years.
Yeah. And it's like it's always training that needs to be done. Like I said, I'm working on my doctorate right now, forensic science, fire science. So I'm trying to still stay in the field, but do something outside.
Forensic science would be more so like dealing with murders and stuff like
No,
that. Like
forensic science covers a lot. Like I'm doing forensic science, fire science, because
okay.
I'm in the fire field. But
So it don't have anything to do with like
yeah, it
going.
all of that, all
Okay,
of it, all
okay.
of it. So I can do, like, I mean, I like the blood splatter stuff. I also like the crime scene stuff. I like all of it.
Oh no!
But
B.
my thing,
Oh no!
but my thing is more so of the fire side, the bomb side, like explosives. That's my thing.
but you like to see the splatter and stuff. Like you like to like.
Yeah,
figure it out.
I want to see what happened. Yeah,
It
I want
is.
to figure it out.
It's different.
Yeah,
You like it too?
I ain't gonna lie. On my first incident I had, and we had to get the body from where it was, I was like, yo, this kind of cool, y'all.
Oh no! Y'all are weird.
It's different.
That's weird.
I go
No,
to sleep till first 48.
I
Yeah,
can't.
that's my favorite.
Oh hell no!
Like
I'm gonna
I
tell
don't
y'all.
watch a scary movie and roll over and go to
Yeah.
sleep.
Oh no!
I mean,
Dude.
but I have taken classes where I use real cadavers, and we, testing. You blow them up just to test how you can investigate that scene, and it's controlled. It's very private, so you don't share any of those people's information because you get you can donate your body to science if you want to,
Well, that'll never happen.
and you can pick how you want your body to be used.
Well, no.
So
Well, no.
So
No.
it's a lot of different stuff out there that you can use to test and figure out what path you want to go down.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm more of the fire science, fire death, blood splatter, crime scene. I'm that person.
No, I would have nightmares. No. And I
You
actually
wouldn't even think about
said
it.
that when I
Especially some good ice cream, like I said. After I
She
get
said-
some ice cream, I'm good to go.
that's nasty. I can't see nothing like that. But I did say, like, if I, whenever it is time for me to go, and I hope I'll be like 200 when I leave here. Yeah, I hope that, like, I can be maybe like sitting here and maybe just sitting here for the
Okay, Cadillac Records.
Yeah, like, just keep me here. I don't want to go on the ground.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I want to donate my body to science. I already know what trauma I want.
Well, but they gonna cut you up and stuff?
That's the trauma you pick.
B, don't do that.
I'm doing it.
What trauma you gonna pick?
She don't want to. You don't want
Okay.
to say it, or you don't know yet.
Probably be blown up or like burned.
You lying.
Oh, okay.
But then after that, they preserve your bones and you'll forever be in science. So
What?
They'll forever study your body, your bones, structure, all
So
of that stuff.
you'll forever be creature made.
So,
But initially, you might have to be blown up. You might have to be burned. That's fine. But at the end
Very
of the
much
day,
I'm trying not to be judgmental. That's
no, I think it's really cool though.
to blow you up.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking at yourself in that
It's
thing?
my
on
body.
thing?
Like it's a body.
Uh-uh.
I don't need it after I'm gone.
What they gonna blow you up in? I'm just curious.
It just depends on what they tested. What you get to pick? You want to sit here for 200 years.
I don't.
So
give a damn.
I don't.
I do. I don't. I'm scared.
I'm not.
Okay.
I just want my death to be peaceful and put me next to my papa.
In the ground.
That's all. Yes.
In the
Yeah, I
Just
don't
put
have
me
to.
next to
I don't
my
have to be
papa.
married.
Well. Okay.
You ain't got to take my space. Let somebody else have it.
Don't walk, but run to mainapothecary.shop. She's on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, all or mainapothecary.shop. She has the best hair growth oil in the city, and it's going to make your hair grow. It's going to make your edges slay, all of that. Get with my girl ASAP.
Are you tired of sitting in a nail shop waiting to get your nails done? You girls know that so-called process is horrible. You want to cut that time in half and still look fly like me? Get with my girl. Don't walk, but run, and go hit her up on TikTok. You can get her through Gmail or on Facebook at Latrice Nails. She's going to get you taken care of. Look at all the press-on nails that she has to offer. Hit her up fast. Also, if you girls are still wanting the acrylic way, the original way, she does offer both.
Haters, keep your diss in my name out your mother mouth. Then your mentions, pull up to the spot, see what's up.